Okay.
Hi.
All right.
Oh,
All right. Hello, listeners and viewers, dear viewers at home. It's another day, it's another segment of our program. As you can see, it's Matters Arising. As some may have it saying that jealousy, envy, hate is something intercontinental, it's something universal. While some other people see it so dim that it's more prone, it's more common in Black's community. I don't know what you think, but we are here today to trash out some topics like this. Let's set some records straight, call a spade a spade. You're hearing a voice live from Okojo radio station, Nuremberg. I'm a host, a regular one, as you all know, Kalowizi, I go by the name. And here with me in the studio, I have my awesome crew, go by the way of
The Kingside Entertainment.
You see how that's not they are all happy, you see the way they are all smiling, they are warmed up about for you guys.
A smile is contagious, you should try it.
My own, eh?
Oh, mine now.
It's mine, it's not me it's me that's making you to smile now. So.
My God, don't forget, go and smile outside. You see, it's not continuous anymore. Now when you will be asking you, why is this person smiling?
You are crazy.
This is not more contagious.
So,
It's free.
I don't know what you guys think, but today, it's hate, it's envy, it's jealous. Is it something universal, or is there any kind of ethnicity or group of persons or a community that you think that it is more prone to them? Like as we may have it here, some people go around and say, oh, the Black communities are more prone to hate, jealous, envy, backbiting, backstabbing. They don't support each other. They don't help each other. They jealous each other. That's that and that and that and that. I mean, I think our ears is even full.
Yeah.
To hear all this kind of talk. It happens. I know.
Every day.
I know it's something every day.
Yeah.
But what can we say? That's why we're here. So, our listeners out there, we're not going to forget the fact that we've been getting some good credits from you guys. You guys have been you guys have been really awesome. We're not going to forget that for the fact, because we have to give them the credit. They have been really awesome. You guys out there, you guys have been making our show leads. You guys have been liking us, following us, hitting that like and hitting that subscribing key there. It's really, really awesome from you guys. And please keep the good work up, because the more you keep it up, the more we keeping it up. And please, the number you see on the screen is the number to call in. Please call in and tell us what you think as we are about to deliberate on this issue. It's hate, it's jealousy, it's envy,
It's love.
and is it more in Black community? Let's find out. So, what do you?
This issue, trusting this issue, about Black community and the envy, hate. Man, I don't even. When did this thing started? Years ago, I think so. I think
Years ago.
I believe it's been there
during this
forever.
thing
It's
came.
been there.
It's been
there.
it, but it came. I think it came after the slavery or during the slavery.
Maybe even during the slavery. Yeah.
During the slavery, because I think Black nation wasn't like that.
But wait. let's be sincere with ourselves for a while, okay? Let's just call the spade a spade. It's this thing. Is it something that you can learn, or is it something that you were born with it?
Nobody was
Is it a
born.
character?
Nobody was
Nobody
born with
was born
jealousy.
with it.
Nobody was born being a hater.
Okay, wait. Let me ask you a question. Let's agree. No child came out of the stomach with hate level, okay?
You don't even have to agree.
But being born doesn't really mean when you're out of the stomach. The process of you growing up, there are certain parents that during the process of your upkeep, like during the process of bringing up a child, there are certain misinformations that they give to this child while growing up.
Yeah.
And you grow up and have it. It becomes your character.
I mean, it becomes a character if you choose it to be a
But as a
character.
child, do you have
No,
a choice?
Yeah, but as
it's a brainwashing.
It's a brainwash. It's what I think.
Right.
Because
It's
you know what,
brainwash.
as a child, let me take for example, you were being born as a child, and while you were growing up, your mother is telling you, you see that your neighbor, see that our neighbor. Don't eat from him or how.
Okay, but
Don't go
sometimes
there.
it's a good warning because
But
you
the woman has started to teach you already, or to teach the child, or the man, or the parent to teach the child from that tender age to know how not to greet a neighbor, how not to go to a neighbor's house. Probably, okay, I will agree. A lot of things happen. Probably, maybe the neighbor is very bad in some kind of way. But that child cannot even understand it at that tender age.
Yeah, but then there comes a point where a child has to understand, or where a child understands it.
But,
So, yeah.
but is it possible that we start to preach the other message on time, not always feeding with the hate and because I know that quite alright. There's some like irrespective of the color, okay, irrespective of the color right now, there are some people who are like, don't go there, don't take anything from that man. I don't like that man. He's too pompous. He's too that. Probably the mother knows something, but that child doesn't even know the reason why the mother is.
This is why Tupac said that was thug life. Not the meaning of thug life. It means the hate you give little impact affects everybody.
Okay, good. But that's true, though. It's true.
That is it.
Yeah.
So you guys out there, what do you think? Do you think that this is something that is common amongst the black community as at large, or you think it's just something that is universal? Of course, in my own opinion, I think it's something universal. So it's everywhere. But is it more and more amongst black community? Because I know some people will work hard and acquire some certain riches or something. You work hard, you acquire something that will make your life easier. Maybe a car, maybe a Lamborghini or a Mercedes or something like that. You acquire, and behold, you still have somebody who is just jealousing you somewhere. You understand? Whereas the person didn't even help you to build your empire when you were starting. But all of a sudden, start to jealousy for no reason. Maybe it's a reason that you caused by yourself. What do you think, Candy, about that?
Mostly.
In that aspect?
Yeah. I think jealousy is a disease. Yeah.
It's a sickness.
I know, it is a sickness
It's true.
Yeah, for me, it is a disease.
Why do you say?
Because I think that sometimes you are jealous of something that you yourself know, for example, you can also have. So why the jealousy?
Okay.
Why the hatred? Because I think these things are things that go hand in hand. I think hatred is a form of jealousy.
But I think that word hatred is really a big one. It's a really harsh word because hate can even amount to many things. Jealousy might be a little bit controllable, but hate.
But I think they have something in common.
Yeah.
Jealousy
No,
and
of
hate,
course they do, but
they
I
have
mean that
something in
word
common.
hate is really a big one.
It's like the word hate is like an extended version of jealousy. Let me just put like an extended because a higher grade.
I would say people, when you are jealous of somebody, you start hating on that person. I think these words go hand in hand with
So
each other.
do you think that hate has a level, or hate is just hate? Or is
Hate
there any
is
small
just
one or
hate.
big one?
Hate is hate.
Hate is
It
hate.
doesn't matter how big, how small it is. Hate is hate in simple.
we discussed about this in the last time. We said, does lies have level? It's the same thing
Yeah.
right now.
Lie is just lie.
Lie is a lie.
I know
hate is hate.
I'm asking this because some people like I hate that guy, but just little.
Yeah.
And that's something else.
That's
That's something else. Maybe the person is maybe just angry with that person. That's
So why do you want to use
Yeah,
it?
but it's
But what do we?
because we use words that are not even meant to
That
be
you
used.
don't mean,
Yeah.
Exactly.
but just to use it as just to like sound
To sound the
that
way you actually want it to almost sound like. Okay, Ibra Beata said hatred are our culture or is our culture with ignorance. That's what he wrote.
It's our culture with ignorance.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
hatred.
So what do you
Our culture, you say.
Our culture.
Who taught you? Who taught you that one? Who told you that hatred is our culture? Who taught you?
But that's what it says. Okay, Ibra, can you please explain to us
Explain
a
to us
little bit more
how-
like what you mean?
Because
I mean,
me,
you can call
you
it-
are really hyping me up, right? Because I like.
Is our culture.
It took me like
Oh.
a few seconds to understand our culture. Which culture?
Yeah.
Which culture? Culture.
Actually,
So,
talking
wait.
about our culture, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry to cut you.
No, no problem.
Jackie Uhawa said, "You are born pure, then society teaches you to take it up."
Yep.
Okay, I go with that one.
I go with
I
it. I
support
go
you
with it.
because
Okay,
yes,
but
I go with it. No,
But
true.
it's exactly almost like what you guys said in the
Yeah.
beginning, though. Like
So
you are
life.
not born as a racist or as a jealous person or whatever. It's like your parents sometimes with teachers.
It's
no?
not like.
This is like
Yeah.
example. I will go with that. I will go with
I
that.
will go with
And
that.
she said,
Mhm.
and it's universal, black or white. It doesn't matter the race.
I
It
said
doesn't
it.
matter the culture.
Yeah, it's just humanity.
something
It's humanity.
exactly.
It's something inhuman.
Yeah.
Think so.
So yeah. So
Okay, but where does all this leads to? Hating on someone. Okay, let's digest this thing really properly. Let's take for the fact that okay, you moved in to a city, a town where you know nobody. Okay, you know nobody. When you moved in newly, you don't know anybody. After 1 year, you guys to start to know one or two persons. And already you start to already see who you like more and who you don't like more. What? That way hate comes to, you know? That way you see somebody who you're jealous of. But what started? What made it to start?
I think sometimes bad mouthing starts jealousy
Yes.
and hatred. I mean, sometimes the person doesn't even know you. Maybe have heard about you, like moved into town, has never ever met you, and anything like that. But then just had something bad that you did,
Okay.
and then all of a sudden that person also starts hating on you.
Do you think a remedy for this is just that we should okay, food for thought. Do you think the remedy for this is just that when something's instead of this to happen, because like the saying says that instead of bad thing to happen, let rain fall. Would you want to go and confront the person and just say, hey, you know what? I don't want to start hating on you. I don't want to start thinking bad about you. But there is something that you did that I don't like and I just want to clear it up. Would that amount to stop some kind of level of hatred or envy or something?
I think you saying stopping hatred, envy, jealousy, whatever, I think that cannot be stopped. Because as far as we remain human,
To always.
we always hate to love, or we always hate and love. Because your opinion, the way you are, the way you are built up, the way you are mentally
Your
strong,
thinking.
your thinking is not the way I am. You understand?
Absolutely.
So we are all different. We have different views of seeing this life. You maybe that person that is even hating, for that person it will not be hate. He may just
Maybe
say,
just jealousy, or that person envies you.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. You may say, no, I don't hate you, but I don't want to deal with you.
But in which way they're all still dangerous
They
elements.
are. I
Because they
think
can
that-
really push you to some certain things, you know?
Yeah.
Even love is dangerous. So
Everything is dangerous.
Even love is dangerous. So
Everything is dangerous, by the way.
it's the same thing.
Yeah. So is jealousy actually a good character or is it a bad character? Like if you envy somebody or if you hate on somebody, is it a good character by the ways?
I think I don't want to judge. I don't want to say it's a good character, it's a bad character, because before somebody envies or jealous, yeah, there must be a reason. Some people jealous out of no reason though. But
Okay, this one might sound very interesting. Are you guys ready to get this one?
let's see.
She said, I'll use she because I don't want to mention the name, but it's a she. Jealousy is found in all race. Agreed.
Yeah.
That said, There is a saying, crabs in a barrel. I don't know that saying they're doing, but let's go for it. I found with a lot of our people in our community is we don't want another black person doing better than us. To be blunt, some black people want things without having to put blood, sweat, and tears in. If another black person is successful or seems successful, there are some in our community that will downplay that person's accomplishments.
That's true.
But where is all this is coming from? Okay, before you trash things out, you have to also go back to the roots to really know where it's coming from. Like I said last 2 weeks, hatred, jealousy, envy, it wasn't in black race.
It wasn't.
It wasn't before the slavery.
Okay,
According to my own research, I don't know.
That is not according to your own research. That's according to your own research.
According to my own research.
But since we were not there that time of slavery,
They have changed. They have changed our mentality.
But how do you know that? Maybe
it's like that,
we are also jealous with each other.
Okay, let me give you a very good example. Yeah, let me tell you how this wickedness and hatred and everything starts in. Let me take Nigeria for an example.
Okay.
Corruption wasn't in Nigeria back then in 19 something. 1900 or so. There wasn't corruption in Nigeria till the colonial master came in. They started corrupting the minds of we black people because they know black people like riches. Yeah? Mm-hmm. They started corrupting our mind, making us to use ourselves against each other.
And it worked.
It worked. But
it's still working till today.
Today. This is why I said there wasn't such a thing in our culture.
But we don't know that. Maybe it was there.
No,
but
we
okay,
know.
but I can only say we don't know it. You can say you know it, but I wasn't born and I was not a slave or a slave.
We are talking about now this one because we see in our
day.
eyes every day.
Yeah, it's true.
That there are some certain people. Let me see. For example, there are some certain people you haven't even done anything bad to them.
Yeah.
But when you are with them, you are always in your best character. Mm-hmm. You even sacrifice for them. But when you turn back, only for you to hear that same people that you could sacrifice for are the same people talking bad about you at your back. Yeah. And in your presence, they will laugh at you. I mean, when you go to understand, when you get to hear this, I don't know how. I mean, it's not a good feeling when you hear something like this.
That is true.
Then you now go home, you now start thinking, okay, you have to be careful. You have to start watching your back because of some people who you think that maybe they don't like you for one reason or the other.
Okay, but I think that sometimes we take it too serious. Like just because one person did that, or maybe a few groups, and then we start putting it also on another person.
My dear, why would you do? I mean, if somebody between the trust once, the next person will not trust the next person too.
I think these are the things that maybe why we're having topics like this. So at least we can teach each other how to fix things like this.
Okay, you on your own shoes, how would you fix such a thing?
How would you fix such a thing?
I'm coming to ask you straightforward. What did I do to you for you to be talking better?
How many people have you asked?
I have asked many. I should ask.
Did it change?
It changed.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I mean, even if you are hating on me now, for example.
I think what you said is good. I mean, if you could, let me say, it's two things, okay? One is that if you personally you own it up, like you man it up, so okay, I want to go and ask this person what related have I done wrong for maybe this person. It's good.
Yeah.
But what is the guarantee that even as you make that move, that the person will even give you that chance?
It doesn't really matter. The thing is that at least you tried.
Of course, it's good to try. No doubt, it's good to try. But we also have the other party, like what he said. Would it change anything? Because there are some people that will have the zero mind already over you. No matter what you do, you will never impress them.
It doesn't really matter. You don't have to impress anybody. That is, first of all, you don't have to impress anybody.
But then you don't need to confront anybody.
Yes.
Then you don't need to confront nobody.
I mean, You are not impressing somebody, but then you don't have to let it slide when somebody bad mouth is about to behind your back.
Candy, for me, on my own, if it comes to my own way, yeah, I rather just leave it like that. I won't confront you, but I just say it's like that. Because even though I confront you or I don't, there must still be somebody somewhere, no matter what you do, no matter how good you are, no matter how bad you are, there must be somebody to hate you.
It's obvious.
So why would I confront you so that
You confront everybody in this life you don't like
want
it.
to
But
confront?
those ones that you know, no, I mean, because at the end of the day, everybody that hates on you, you don't have to deal with them every single day. But then there are those people that you deal with. That's what you said. That you are sitting with somebody now, and these people did not have a problem with anybody. So we have a caller. Hello, welcome to Okodi Radio. You are live on air. Yes, go ahead, my dear. We are listening. We are all ears.
It's not-
Hello, hi, here's Vicky.
Okay,
Where are you calling us from?
Radio station.
I'm calling you guys from Bodensee.
From Bodense, nice.
All right, go ahead. Okay. Yeah, Candy is always a fan of, she's always the hype person. So you're gonna get used to us all the time.
Let's leave her talk.
Okay, so go ahead, please.
Very, very interesting topic, you guys.
Oh, thank you.
By the way, I say this. I'm the Jackie that wrote that this whole thing is universal and that it's taken up. I mean, like, we are born pure, and then you grow up, and then you see this thing, like you guys say, you hear your mother talking, or your sisters, or whatever, yeah? And then we grow up. But when we grow up, we are actually supposed to take it up ourselves, okay? Like Candy is saying, she talks to people, and then you just ask. You're not guaranteed on anything,
Exactly.
but you can go talk to somebody and find out if it's hate, if it's jealousy, and then at the end of the day, you find out if this person is grown up enough to continue normal with you guys, yeah? To delete this whole jealousy out of themselves, you know? And then maybe it will work. But what I wanted to say is this white or black thing. It's not really black or white. This thing exists among everybody. I've seen, I've lived with these people, and then you also see they hate their neighbors for nothing.
But it's true, though.
It's everywhere.
true.
Yeah.
We black people actually hate
Laugh.
the person because they didn't give us sugar yesterday. You buy a Mercedes Benz, a white one.
They just say
to
it,
the
yeah.
door, yeah. You're growing in your house. These people hate you for nothing.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yes, you can't divide this thing. Maybe we can divide it on levels on how the black people maybe act about it, how mature we share this thing. But these people, they hate their own siblings just because she is having, I mean, we have another, a different way of living as family.
So,
I'm angry at my sister because she didn't give me 400 euros. You know what I mean?
okay.
Yeah.
So,
These people don't share it.
so let me ask you. Let's get somehow straight. Okay. So you are not for the fact that so many people think that it's more prone in black community. You don't agree with that fact, right?
No.
No, she said
Okay.
she agrees with white
No, I
people.
just wanted to be clear on air. Okay.
No, I don't agree at all because everywhere people just say differently. Maybe the white people are a little bit discreet about it and they hide it. But no, there's no. I think we all have it in us deep down. They envy, they're jealous. They are just the same.
Okay. One quick question, please. One quick question, please. In your own opinion, how do you think that let's take for the fact that kids still don't know the left from the right. Okay, let's advance from the kids factor to the adult factor. Okay, the adults who understand that this is this is that, this is good, this is bad. How do you think that we could, it doesn't matter if it's a black community or white community, but how do you think we could manage this kind of a problem, like reduce it? Because I know it will never finish.
It will never finish. And how we could go about it is actually just, there are so many ways to kill a cat, hey? But the best thing, the biggest cut we can actually cut into pieces is to just be yourself, let others be, and just be real. If I have a problem with you because I think like you're hating on me, let me talk to you. If I think you're treating bad, hey, you meet people. I meet people here in Germany. We are all black, and I like the fact that we greet each other. There are people that don't just greet you just because I'm driving probably a car. They think that, I don't know, they think you think you're better than them. And that's the way it starts. But that's not it. I am just living my life, you know, like you guys said at the beginning. Sometimes we are envying and hating on actually things that we can also have ourselves, you know, for lame reasons. Mostly it's the lame reasons.
Very lame.
Normally we just need communication.
All right, very well. She said very well. I mean, we can't thank you enough, but I think our listeners out there too have heard you clearly. But please, before you go, just tell us, just send one message to people out there in your own opinion on this topic.
Yeah.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen out there, my fellow Africans or white people, doesn't matter. Hey, life is so short. Why do we hate? Why do we envy? Why are we jealous? Let's just leave. Love each other, spread love. That's all it. That's what it's about here on earth.
All right. So can we just give her a little bit of round of applause?
Yeah.
I
think she
this
summarized
is
it
a good one.
so well.
You heard it. Thank you for calling.
Thank you for the
calling
call.
in.
Keep it up.
Yeah.
You're doing well.
Thank you so much. You have a nice day.
Ciao.
Go ahead. Yeah.
You see, like what she said, she make a phrase, life is so short.
Because
So,
I don't even understand it too. You
So-
invest so much time to hate somebody,
Yeah.
forgetting that life is.
By the way,
First of all, that's time.
Wait,
Time
yeah.
is money too, though.
yeah, so
Yeah.
life is so short. Why the hatred? For me, you know, if you hate me, I notice you hate me. I don't give a shit about. I won't come to you and confront you. I will
See,
leave you to die
yes.
in your own conscience.
See, for me,
I don't have that time.
if you
No,
ask
I mean,
me,
you don't have to confront everybody that hates you.
now let me tell you,
Simple.
let me tell
You
you, let me
can't
tell you,
confront everybody.
people
It's not
listen out
changing
there,
anything.
people listen out there, our listeners out there. I think most people are of the opinion that if, for example, take me for example, and I know that maybe my example may also meet some other people's example too. Now, see, if I understand that some people hate me or some people are envy and jealous about me, okay, fine. Probably I'm maybe showcasing too much. But in as much as I'm living my life, you understand? In as much as I can call that living my life, but let's not forget that there are certain things you do that also affect your environment negatively.
Yeah.
I mean, for the fact that you have money and your neighbor is poor, just because you want to live your life, you now go and kill a cow, a goat, buy rice, and sit in the front of your neighbor's house and be eating it alone. Just because you're living your life.
Everyone disrespect.
But you cannot agree with me.
Yeah.
But in this big man's life, in his own mind, he's thinking he's living his life. Yes, everybody, you can live your life the way you want. But in my own opinion, if you do that in my front, I was like, okay, you're enticing me.
You're being inconsiderate.
You understand?
You're being inhuman.
Whatever you do that you think you know quite alright, and you're doing it, absolutely with your consent, but it's affecting your environment negatively, then don't do it, because when you do it, you are perpetuating hatred.
No, you can't also say that. You can't think because of other people and don't enjoy your life.
Exactly.
Will you enjoy your life? And because you can't afford a goat, I shouldn't buy a goat and
Okay, will you buy a goat? Will you buy a goat now? Will you buy a goat now? Say my phone. Okay, buy a chicken now. Okay, I've been hungry since today. I've been hungry since today. You went outside and bought yourself a big food chicken, a juice, this, that, and sat down in my phone and be eating.
I can ask you, do you want a piece?
Yes, if that is not something I can do, that is something else. But what I'm saying that all is
But that's something else.
yes, but you may also not ask me. You're right.
Yeah, but to be good, I won't say I won't eat it in your presence. I will eat it in your presence. The best thing I can do to ask you, do you want a piece?
That is when you're a good person. That's when you're a good person.
But you won't tell me that
No. But when you eat it here, undermining that I'm sitting right in front of you, and you're eating it here, and you know that I'm not eating, I'm hungry, and you don't ask me.
That one is bad.
Then I'll start hating you. I'll start hating you.
Bad.
Yes, I'll start hating on you.
Okay, just watch this, yeah.
You don't have to hate the
You
person, but
wait,
that's
wait.
bad.
No, they say two
If it's
wrongs.
bad, I'll be mad at you, and I'll start to hate you because you're a wicked person.
Hold on. They say two wrongs can never make a right.
Oh,
Wait. Okay, if I make the
Believe that.
mistake as a human, and you feel maybe I am ich fordere dich heraus. This is
challenge the person.
I'm challenging you. I'm like purposely doing it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then, if you feel like that, why can't you just come to me also at your own? Put the hatred and envy aside and come to me and say, bro.
That is not the example I'm giving.
No,
you are saying something different now.
It's to counter the problem. We are talking about solving such problem. If I make that mistake and bring that food to your presence and eat, and you feel offended, then you can also come to me
How
and
will
say,
you make a mistake when you clearly clearly
unknowing? I say unknowing.
How?
Wait. It will happen. How? Even though I knowingly did it, you can also come to me and say, bro, why are you doing this? Me, I'm hungry too. Can I eat from you?
Yeah, but not everybody would want to ask you.
So
I would not come and ask
if you are not like that, it's your problem. It's not mine.
What the only thing I was trying to
It's
say
not my
is that
problem.
there are certain things that we also do that perpetuate people to start hating on us.
It's obvious. I mean, even if you're everyday negative, you don't say anything positive, you don't say anything nice. It's obvious. You always have this thing in you that this jealousy, this hatred, because you don't say any positive
Coming
thing.
out from
You can't even say something nice to somebody.
But to tell the truth, I've never jealous or envy somebody. I just took if you do something I know I wish to do, I'll just say, oh God, I really wish to do this.
Some
How
people-
did this guy
You have
make
to
it?
try.
There are some
I
people-
want to make it.
There are some
And that
people-
is what people don't understand.
People don't
See,
You
understand
don't
that.
understand. People don't understand that. You know, to get something that somebody else had, that person worked hard to get that. It's obvious. Or maybe we're so lucky enough to get it as a present from somebody.
One thing I know is that some people, other people's sources are their motivation.
Yeah.
You don't need to
But
envy
it's
the
not for
people.
everybody though.
I said some people.
Yeah.
Some people don't need to envy you. When you are progressive, they look at you. You motivate that thing you're doing that is progressing. You start to motivate them.
Yeah.
Why some people, your progress is their envy, their hate.
They start hating on you
For no
no
reason.
reason at all. And then you wonder, like, what do you gain at the end of the day?
But do you know what? Yeah, what is funny is what this our sister said earlier. They say the white people, their own is different. I think we black community, our hatred is still moderate, it's still manageable. But I just see
It's not.
It's not.
It's not. I disagree.
I know.
Would say that.
But it's
Me
the
Hours. Have you seen
It's
what
worse.
happened in the United States? Do you know what happens in music music industry in the United States?
But who made us to be like that?
I don't care who made you to be like that. I'm just telling you what systems, some kind of system, some people make you not to do, and some people make you to do them.
I am not being racial.
We have.
I am not being racial. Yeah, I'm not. I don't want to sound racial, but I think this hate, envy in black community. Yeah, we took it up not from our culture, but from the
And then
Okay,
and
see,
we have to change
I
that.
want to quickly read this one.
Before we change it, it's not my generation and yours.
Somebody said he said
So we can try.
he said that I think the problem in black communities are there is too little and too much to compete for. Okay, he said there is too little for too many people to compete for.
He's right in a way.
Wait, he said because everybody wants to have a piece of that cake, but the cake is too small to contain everybody.
But the
No,
world
that-
is so
we-
big.
that's
The
not a
world
reason
is
enough.
big. That
That's
can
not a
never be
reason
a
enough.
reason. I mean, even if I'm from a small village where there is maybe 2 or 3 people who are rich, who can maybe help out the people.
Yeah.
But then the community is big. You cannot depend on only these 3 people for you to How am I supposed to say this?
This
So
thing is,
it's
wait,
wrong.
excuse me. What this guy said is deep because when I think it on the other hand, it's bringing me to what he said before about the slavery time. Now, wait, but seriously, I don't want to go that far. But what I'm trying to understand is that if you put 10 people here and a plate of rice here, and maybe inside 10 of us here, 2 people are so stronger than every other person, bigger and stronger, and then that beats the 8 of us, and 2 of them now sit down and eat the rice. Because if the rice was much enough, everybody can share it and sit down quietly and eat. But wait, I'm coming. But since the rice is too small, the 2 strongest people, survival of the fittest, what will we do? Other people that the rice didn't get to.
Okay. But we are talking about how to solve hatred, envy.
No, I just read what somebody said.
I know. I'm coming to that. So, in this example you just brought up, the best way to solve such issue, if everybody have common understanding and say, okay, this rice is small. But do you know, if that rice is small, when the 10 people are fighting, they can even, during the process of that fighting, they can put that rice away. Nobody even gets it again.
Okay.
Solution.
Okay, what's about in a situation where everybody doesn't have that common sense?
Wait, exactly. But this is the problem. That is why we are talking about this
But
problem.
why would somebody even bring a whole plate like that for 10 people in the first place?
That is another problem also.
That's what we say because sometimes like people may say that life is the survival of the fittest. There is too little for many people to grab
that's
for.
bullshit.
But
Sorry,
that's all.
but that
Everybody
is
can
bullshit.
come and share it together and there will be peace.
But
I mean,
yes,
before-
but some people have been like hungry since like 2 days ago.
No, but it doesn't really. No,
And maybe my hunger is bigger. It becomes greed. You understand? My hunger,
That is the problem.
my test and my hunger becomes bigger. And I think maybe I need it more than you do.
That is the problem.
You understand? Because that's what is killing us most of the
We
time.
all we want to acquire.
I think I need it. I think I need it more than Candy does, so she can go and sit down. It becomes wickedness. It becomes hatred. It becomes bad. And when I get that kind of notion, I don't know what you start thinking. Then you're like, okay, this guy is a very bad person, say wicked person. He wants to have it all. And before you know what, hatred starts. Before you know what, people start killing each other to get what everybody can share little and
But
have.
I think that,
That is true.
So,
But this is the problem. That is the problem. No common understanding. No mutual understanding.
and people don't even
Let's-
think. I think sometimes we have to use our brains. We have to use this thing. I mean, it's not there for decoration.
My
right?
dear, but I think this is about nature. That is why we are human.
It's
nature.
not nature.
I know it has
It's
sense.
not nature.
Imagine if everybody were to be good. No, some people will say I won't also because if that guy should get, he will give me. But do you know this thing also helps us to stand up to fight. It helps some people also. But you know anything that have disadvantage also have an
It's
advantage.
obvious now.
So
But also, like, there are this thing of, some, what I can also say a little bit how hatred and jealousy also comes. Sometimes you're dealing with a rich person, but then rich people are always so selfish that they don't even try to help the others. I mean, it's obvious somebody helped you to become
Or
somebody.
you even stole it from someone.
Or if it doesn't really matter. In
stealing from someone is also hatred. Why are you stealing from people?
It's wickedness.
It's also hatred.
Is that not what I said?
If you like it,
because you think because he thinks that he needs it more than you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and I think that these are things that
So the
we have
wicked, you know.
to change a little bit.
That's
Some people, when you know that you can help somebody, it should not be about money, it shouldn't be about clothes or material things. But the fact that somebody needs your help and the person comes to you, at least just try and help the person. It's very simple. Because if now you don't help that person will go and tell the person, oh, I asked that one for a little help.
My dear, let's
Was that not the example I gave by him eating big food in the presence of an hungry person?
No, yeah.
You have to give a little because yes, if you do that, someone will hate you. So that brings us back to that my saying that sometimes we human we perpetuate the reason why
Why
we're
we
being
get
hated.
hated on. But it's true.
It's true.
Because I can understand that simply because
You have to share.
Because sometimes I can understand simply because you know, okay, every human being, like they say that all fingers are not equal. We understand that some human beings have more grace, more luck than any other person. But now, for the fact that you have more luck than the other person, then you are being blessed, then you acquire a lot, then you want to use that thing to oppress other people, to intimidate other people.
Yeah.
I think that is one thing that's why I said that when you're doing something that is affecting your environment negatively, then it's not good.
It's not good.
Because you have to make.
Yeah.
I remember those days when we
Which
still.
days?
Those days.
Which
old,
days?
old.
Ah, you are here talking
Then
about
you were still liquid.
Ah, please.
You were still
Ah,
that time you were still wearing pants running around.
I
running
can
around the
imagine
streets.
now how old you are, and I can imagine my age too.
Metusela. No, see, joke apart. I remember those times that, you know, as a kid, as
Why are you laughing
Nobody cannot say, you cannot talk like this. Don't say it. Making the this as if you're somebody who's 50 years old.
See, Kenji, I will not talk to you.
Okay, let me tell you what you go to something, yeah? Do you know why we are talking that hatred they are different, yeah? Hatred are really different because, for example, let me take Germany for an example. You know, if you do some mistakes or so, yeah, they file you strafe. And they know that thing that pains you the most. And this is what they use to strafe you. And that is money.
Okay.
And they know everybody. What causes hatred overall? Everything is boiling down to money.
It's obvious.
Everybody needs money. And because of that money, people are hating each other. So no matter what you do, people will keep chasing that fucking paper. Sorry for my word. They will keep chasing it. Even here in Europe, you know that you see that even the hatred is more. Because if you do a slightly mistake, you just receive a very big strafe. That is hatred also. And
But that's not hatred, that's a punishment.
That's the punishment for offenders. That's not hatred. They won't hate. Why would they hate you?
So they can.
It will be hate.
It's not a hate.
No, it will be hate.
I mean, why you are a black? Let's commit the same offense.
That's what I'll say. It's a hate.
That one is racism.
It's hate. That is not
racism.
What is racism? Racism is hate.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're not going to that direction.
No, we are talking about hate
Yes,
in general.
because one thing I know, there's every punishment for every offender.
Uh-huh.
It's only when you say, okay, because I treat my brother better and I treat you wronger, then okay, I can understand. But that's in another level. But what I'm trying to say is that, in fact, let's go for a break first.
I was over.
Well, let's go for a break. And when we come back, in fact, let's go on a break.
You start jealousy now. That's what we are saying.
Hey!
This guy say, are you? You are alive again. You are still alive.
So,
are you making advert for Fanta? Okodo Radio asked you this thing before.
They do sell Fanta.
so, where is Candy now?
Candy is coming.
Come and position,
That's why I can finish you, right?
yourself here.
You fetch camera machines.
Come and position yourself here.
I always do.
So,
So
welcome back. Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, we're on a hot topic. It is hate, it's jealousy, it's envy, and it's gossip.
You even edit.
that was joy.
And it's gossip.
And gossipers are always haters. And haters are always jealous
Yes.
people.
Some say it's something universal,
They have everything.
while some say it's something that is more common in black community. And that's why we're here to find out.
So, but then I ask you guys, so how do you stop jealousy? Because so far you guys haven't given any how a person can stop being jealous. I mean,
We
how
haven't said
can a
it
person-
because let's bring the opinions together first, the ideas together. Then let's see if we are even arriving at a common or at a mutual opinion. If we are not arriving at a mutual opinion, then my dear, that thing will remain. That thing will
so you've
remain.
already decided
Somebody said the way to solve this thing is transparency.
by being transparent.
By being
And
transparent.
I think honesty too, though. Add it on top of that list.
Honesty. Candy said honesty is good. Yeah, of course, honesty. And being transparent too.
Yeah.
You know?
And I mean, I think focusing on good things. Always focusing on nice things. You know, not
Go
always.
and look for job. Go and get busy.
This is your Instagram and Facebook, oh. This is
Because they say the idle man is the devil's workshop.
now before.
If you are idle, you have time to be helping people. But if you are busy working, chasing the bag, you will not have that time, I swear.
But lazy people are too much jealous. I think people who are lazy, no?
That is true.
Yeah.
Now, but we're talking about hate. We know hate is different from envy. Do you know the level of envy? I've seen some
Okay, wait.
for women. Let's go into women envy.
That's
Some women will envy other women just simply because they don't have the backside well. You will see. Yes, now in Facebook, have you never seen comments? I know that some women are being blessed. I mean, God created them extra.
But I think that's the same with men too.
Wait now.
No, I don't like this one. When you are
It's not sentiment. Wait, now let me use my own. I'm going to jump my own. This one catch up. When you hurt you, he fire you up.
But if you bring that topic here, hey, that was the bombshell.
Should we leave it for
No,
another
leave that topic for another day. No, Candy, no, I don't.
Because this one is
This one is the bombshell.
Next time, let's talk about envy in women versus envy in men.
Okay, now right now we can just actually continue it. But really, women and that is mostly with women. It's
Don't
really
say
with
it out.
us.
Let's leave it
But
for next
no,
time. Let's
no.
leave it for next time.
But we are talking about envy too. So
But let's not
vanity-
let's not
No,
put
if
it
you are
about
talking
women.
about, you know, it's
Let's
even
generalize it.
women that even pushes people to hate and jealous. It's
not
women.
bad. I mean,
You will have a girlfriend. Your girlfriend will tell you, you lazy boy.
hey,
What that boy
because the
is
other
doing.
person is doing something else for his
It's women.
Yeah.
But if a man tell a woman that look at you, don't even have nyash, the guy they have big nyash.
It's
You will say, hey, you're a womanizer. Hey,
This
you're
is
not
why
a
you
good
love
husband.
me.
No, but really there is so
Scatter.
much envy.
You know, it's more
jealousy
women.
among
It's
Yeah,
women.
Since
Yeah.
that day they ate that apple. This shit.
Were you there when she ate?
I was there.
Were you there?
I was
Why are you talking of things that you don't even know? Because
Okay.
you read something.
Brothers and sisters. So
I think there are some good points that we made out here. Effort invested in hating your fellow brothers should be maybe those efforts should be invested in
In
other
something
things.
else.
In
In
something
something
productive,
creative.
something creative. I think that will help the
Yeah.
mind too.
yeah.
And we are all, I think another point is that we are all consumed by wrong and negative informations or messages. I think informations and messages, if they are wrong and negative, it can also help because you get information. Somebody come and tell you, oh, you see that girl, see that Candy, she does anyhow. Paint every lies on her to you. And because you are my friend,
You start
I have to
believing.
believe you or follow you and hate somebody who has not even done you anything. So I think misinformation and
things like that.
It
inappropriate
also
messages.
leads to
Yeah,
hate
and things like
yeah.
that, I think that we as human beings, when somebody talks bad about somebody else, do not always accept
side.
or yeah, exactly. You have to meet the person or get to know the person or
Some
whatever.
are
it is.
so dumb.
Yeah,
They don't
and
even
then
want
you
to take
make
side.
yourself your own picture of that
But
person.
do you know what? Yeah, if before somebody, yeah, before you agree to hate somebody on the stories you heard about that person, you already have some grudges already in your
But
mind
it's true, eh?
about
But
that
it's
person.
true.
Because if you don't have any grudges, you can't come to me and tell me, Candy is this, Candy is that. If I don't have grudges about her before, I won't believe you. I'll tell you it's a lie. But if I have grudges before,
well,
then I will say, it's true.
well, that is your own kind of person. But I tell you, believe me, there are different
That-
crazy human beings in this life.
No,
And
you
that-
can't hate a person without having
some
grudges
people
already,
can.
no matter what
Some
somebody says.
people can just hate you for no reason.
Okay, do you?
Eh?
Can you?
Yeah, I think.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, I think
Yes,
can
yes.
you?
it's very rare because hate is something. There's a lot of things I don't like, for sure. As a human being, I don't like many
like,
things.
what don't you like?
I'm a human being, and I said it is. If you overdo something, like I said, some people perpetuate envy. If you come and support for me, like do a lot of show off, all that, over show off.
Okay, do you get jealous? Or do you start hating on the person?
I just start this. I don't see.
You
Okay.
cannot stand the person.
No, I can stand the person, but I would dislike. That is why
Okay.
I majorly don't use that word hate. If you remember at the beginning, I was saying that hate is a very big word. I majorly don't use the word hate. I use mostly dislike. I don't like somebody or I don't like.
My brother
But using
and I
that word
do the
hate,
same.
using that word hate is very big. Hate is something that when you hate someone, if you really mean you hate something, it can amount you to kill the person. But if you dislike someone, you don't want to give a damn about the person.
It
It's
depends
two
on the
different
level
levels.
of the hate. Do you know
Disliking and hating is one and the same. I
Dislike
would
is
say
a
it's one and
polite.
the same.
Candy,
Yeah.
dislike is a polite word.
The polite form of hate, I understand.
Form of hate, but they are all the same.
But there's somebody who will
Okay, but I
dislike
think
you.
hate
is way
too
far out.
strong. I
It's
think
strong.
it's a very
It's just
big
that
word.
it's just that word. It's just the word.
It's not.
But-
It means
but-
a lot. It means very deep.
I think
Sometimes we say it. We say we
yeah.
hate someone, but in our mind we dislike the person.
But you
We
know,
need
you
to
can
say we
also
dislike.
say, I really dislike you to the extent that I don't even want to see you.
Yes,
Hate-
but hate. But when you
but
hate,
then, yeah, you I think you only dislike
then you
it
don't
when
care about the person. You don't give a damn
you
about
don't
it.
feel
But when
it.
you hate something, you can throw the thing away.
My brother, then
you can love. You can burn it.
none of them is better. So it's the same.
It's
Then-
not-
then-
I don't. In
then let's
my
leave it like this.
in my widest imagination,
I mean,
I don't
that's your
think
opinion,
that's the
that's
same.
his
But-
opinion.
But anyway,
Yeah.
You should not dislike, you should not hate.
but of course you can dislike. You can dislike white, but like red. So, but anyway, let's continue. Your opinions are also are welcome, our viewers. You can call in and tell us what you think or what your suggestions are. So, yes, we were in the point of black community perpetuating hate and jealousy by themselves. That is in the case of showing off and all that. So I think we should try to minimize some things like that, because when you show off too much, you are also pushing some innocent people to start doing some bad things to get that thing that you think that they cannot have. It's a driving factor which is very bad.
About
you know
the
some-
showing off, I like to show off.
Yeah, but to
so
certain
if you're hating
extent-
on me because I'm showing off, that one is your business.
But to a certain extent, showing off is showing off.
Ah,
That's-
but showing off, you cannot stop. That
Darling,
is
you
something
can't
that
stop
person
people,
cannot-
somebody
yeah.
to live the life. Listen, if you are hating somebody, if you are that type of person, it's in you already. You are just that type of person.
But
If
then
you are a
we
hater,
are
you are a
going to stop
hater.
it now. We are
So-
still trying to figure out how to stop it. But no, showing
you
off
can't- I
seriously,
can't because
I
you are
cannot.
Showing off
Like-
is of different level. There are some people, like what I tell you, like what I said, that if you come and carry all the nicest food and start eating in my presence, while you know that I'm
I'm
hungry.
not showing off, I'm eating.
You could
It's
have
my
okay,
problem
but
now that you do not get
but you
food.
could have
Be
eaten,
considerate.
but the person could have also eaten it in his own rice. That you know that there's certain things you think you're doing right, but it's offending someone.
You see why this hate can't stop? Because look at we three already, we have different opinion. How do you want to
true.
feel hate?
But at
It's
the
a
time,
cancer.
but at the is
No,
I
but
would
the
say it's a
showing off
cancer.
part,
That
you
is
know,
a
this is
cancer.
something you cannot stop it with people. Like nowadays, you have to show off
Why?
to live good. It's like because it's like that. It's a trend.
Why? Must
it's
you
a
show?
trend.
Must you show off? if you don't show off, you're not living good anymore.
No,
it's a question.
no.
I just want to
This
understand.
life is evaluating, or how do they say?
It's changing.
It's changing. sorry for my vocab. Sorry for my vocab. Evolving. Exactly. This is evolving. Things are changing, and we human beings, yeah, as German say, they are passing on human hand. You understand? No, if this life will not be the same in the next 50 years, and the people, the next generation, the very see him as the hand person, they will adapt to that generation. So you can't say I shouldn't show up because it's an old trend or.
You see every day on Instagram, somebody bought you for 1,000. What kind of person show is that?
Okay, listen. The same thing I just said now. This person said showing off is one of the major things that leads people to hate one another. But okay, fine. Yes,
It's true.
showing off. It has some certain level. Like just what I was saying. The same thing you can show off. I mean, Candy, for example, your own kind of show off that you're talking about is like you buy a bag of Gucci, you wear it, you bought it, you wear it, that is not what showing off really means. There are some
What does it
people,
mean?
right? There are some people, their own purpose is just to make you feel like you are not even trying for yourself.
Yeah.
Then go try for yourself.
You don't understand. Okay, that is why I say that some people are more blessed than some other people.
It's true.
Why will you that you think that God gave you the grace, blessed you, and you know that all fingers are not equal? You came probably from a rich family, and you are making even the poor people feel like, oh, God, where are you?
No. The poor people are feeling like that because they want to feel like that. If you see a rich person, this is why even I think the scripture said, rejoice with when people are rejoicing, you rejoice with them. When people are mourning, you mourn with them. If somebody is in that position, this person is richer than me. This person he affords things more than me. Then be loyal. Go to this person. Talk to him.
Some will not even open the door to you.
It's not possible.
No, but instead of you to
don't envy the gates. Go to jail.
I can't get to them. I can. I will.
Okay, but
Can't get to them.
Jeff Bezos is
true.
somebody who works hard.
Yeah.
So you now you're not working hard.
I do work hard.
Why?
But I'm not. I don't
this
envy
is that-
him.
That is what I said.
That
That is what I said. That all fingers are not equal. So
Yeah,
people
but
are
I'm
more
not
blessed than
jealous of
others.
him.
Then be loyal and celebrate with those.
For me, I think it's very important. Like you just said, celebrate others so that people will celebrate.
That
you.
is
I
very
think I'm for
true.
that.
It is very
But still, people are still. I know that a lot of people are still in the opinion that it's too much of show off. I know that too much of everything is bad. You understand? I remember there was a story of this guy. I don't know if you know the guy, this Hush Puppy or something.
Yeah.
This guy will go to Dubai.
That was a criminal.
Forget criminal. Hush Puppy is just a goat. Okay, why? Why? But he was living his life. But no brain. Why did you say that?
Because he didn't use brain.
How?
Yes, of course. You cannot do fraud.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But he was living his life.
He was living his life. That one, I won't even argue. He showed us
It's
really
true. It's
that
true.
life is too much to life.
Hush Puppy will come and he will use money and do food.
Exactly.
Hey!
But for somebody like him, I think he's plain stupid.
I didn't envy him.
You
I never
cannot
envy
be a
him for one
fraud
word.
and be showing off like that.
The guy was making me so laugh. I was so
he's
happy with the guy.
entertainer.
Because I like his
face.
trillings.
Yeah.
I like the trillings. But for some other people will also like, this guy is
But
showing
he has
off
a lot
too
of
much.
haters though.
They're showing off too much.
Yeah,
This guy is showing off too
he
much.
has a lot, and people wished him that one day he ends up in
Okay,
prison.
why do you think people wish him dead?
Because
He was showing off too much.
it's not only about the showing off too much, it's because you destroyed a lot of companies, a lot of people. You got money or you frauded money from hard-working people, and what do you do with their money? You are sitting there eating meat being made with gold sand. I think that was a punishment that was good for him.
That is
Simple.
That I would say is the point. He punished himself because that boy was
Let's forget that
It's
part.
not the only fault,
Let's forget that. That's
Let's
just by the
forget
wayside.
it.
That's just by the
Yeah,
wayside. It's not our main topic today.
Yeah.
So it's just a buy pay, like a roadside experiment. Okay, we go on to the next point. Say transparency. We talked about that before. We should try to be transparent, and the more transparent we are, the more we can carry each other along too.
Yeah.
And that brings us to helping one another point.
Yeah.
The little you can. Don't let the least person around you feel left alone. You know, even if it's just, I know that some people are ingrate, some people don't even, that was one of our topic, right, Candy? That no matter how you help some people, they don't even appreciate.
And they also, and these people who always want help, you know, God only help those who help themselves too. So you cannot always
That was
expect
it.
somebody.
Oh, that is this one here. Heaven help those who help them.
Yeah.
Self.
But you cannot always just expect other people to be helping you while you are not doing anything.
Exactly,
yeah,
So
yeah.
I would not help you when I know, okay, I went to work right now and I got up. I got from work after 8 hours of work and you are at home and you are telling me that, yeah, I should help you to cook. That one is disrespect first of all. So you cannot help people like that. I mean, if you are not even working and you are staying, for example, in my apartment now I'm paying rent, the least you could do is at least contribute something like cooking and cleaning and all these things.
Or you go to work and come back and make the money. While the other person squander the money and go to club and carry maybe
Everything.
prostitute and all that, drink and do that.
Exactly. So
I mean, you know, don't want. Okay, next one is like teaching one another. I think some people, that is also a big problem because some people have been starting to hate their fellow people because they think, oh, he doesn't want to show me the way. He wants to get the rich. He wants to do everything himself.
people are selfish though.
Greedy.
Yeah.
And I think that's true because if I come to you, oh brother, please help me. You know, put me in the work or help me look for a job. Let me help myself.
Yeah.
And you're like, if I put this one in the work now, maybe he will now start getting money.
More
like
money
now.
than me, yeah.
More money than me. Let's give him peanuts to eat. Tomorrow he will come again and ask you for money, for hunger. It's because there's a saying that say, don't teach me how to eat a fish. Teach me how to catch
How to
a
get
fish.
there, yeah, exactly.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, I think that's a good one.
Okay, but the thing is, yeah, like what you said is right, yeah. But what I want to put there, being loyal, having that courage to go ask, instead of you to start envying at the
Yeah.
first,
Mhm.
have that courage. Go ask this person,
Yeah, that's
bro, sister, can you help me?
That's what we're saying. We're trying
You
to
understand?
the points that can help
If,
to
if
reduce
we
all
can
these things.
if we can get to this stage, yeah, then
I
it
think
feels
we're all
like we are
progress.
fighting, we are progressing.
yeah.
Yeah, teaching. That's teaching
Full
one another.
progress, yeah.
Teaching
So
one
it's just
another.
being yourself, just being loyal, and you have the courage to ask.
Yeah,
If you don't have,
yeah, that too. But the person that you are asking the help from, or you are telling, or whatever, should also be at least.
no, it doesn't come from that person first. Do your own part first.
Yeah, it's obvious. If I am loyal and I have the courage to come and ask you, you know, at least you
Because
as
you have
the
to
person
be
I'm
ready to
asking,
also-
you are also supposed to be ready. Yeah.
Even though the person is not ready, even though the person turns you down, but you did it, and be
Correct.
transparent and don't hate.
Yeah.
That thing, maybe that thing will even make, if the person turns you down, that turning down may help you, may
Yeah.
boost
But
even
it's true.
your
Yeah.
agility.
But that's
to go
that
back.
is when we pray that some of these people have the heart, the mind. You
Yeah.
understand? Not to, because I might go to one rich man and say, oh, sir, please help me now, so that I just help me. Maybe this man is very rich, have companies, and I went to him, please help me, give me a job in your company, so I can help feed my. I can help feed my family. And the man says, oh, I don't have a job for you. But you know that you can employ a lot of people. When you get back home, you start to say, that man is wicked. It starts like that.
Yeah, but even maybe that person that time did not have time to talk to you. You never know. And then sometimes you also have to learn how to be patient.
Whatever
Yeah.
the case is, it's just that we should also try to help each other
Yeah.
in any way we can. And that brings us to one last point here. It says, putting belief and religion aside when it comes to dealing with one another.
And
I
that's
think
true.
that can also help.
Like we are sitting down here, we are from different countries now. I'm from a very special country.
So you see,
You see the problem? Who told you that you're always
And
that person?
so I have the courage to say it out. If your country is special, say my country is special.
Okay, my
What
country
you
is
are-
more
you are
special than
right.
yours. My country is more special than your own. I have the courage.
But yeah, well, I'm from a very special country.
but I'm a type of person. I feel like everybody have their opinion. You can say what you say.
Exactly.
Why would I
I
even
don't
because
say
you
it.
say
I don't
something?
pay tax for
If
saying my opinion.
if it pains me, yeah, I will say back.
Thank you.
That is the best way. It's true.
Why is it paining you? That Namibia is special?
Who? Which country?
Namibia.
Namibia is special. Yes, it's special. Like every other country is also special.
But Nigeria is more special.
You see, now they want to start here.
No, I want to see how you respond.
I mean,
What?
every country is special in their
Every
own
country
way.
is
Yeah.
Especially we Africans, all African countries, we are extremely special.
In our own ways. So Europeans, every other country, they are also special.
I don't
in their
care about
own
them.
way. In their own ways.
I don't know. I'm saying about my African people. We are special.
That is how it is. So please, don't forget to follow, like, share our content, and most importantly, under the comment section, tell us what you think and your opinions, your criticism, what you think we can do better. I know you guys have been doing this back to back. I mean, I can't thank you guys enough. All the time, your positive feedbacks has been helping us to develop even more and more and more. And we're not going to get tired bringing to you guys a lot of things, a lot of talk shows, a lot of topics that can entertain. That we're all learning, you know, from one thing to the other we learn. So we're never going to stop learning, and we'll keep learning. So my special thanks to you guys, our viewers out there, maximum respect, and those who call in. You guys are awesome. Are they not?
Yeah, thank you for
Yeah.
your support and everything. Building Okodio Radio is one of our greatest projects, also making it to reach more people. Just help us share whatever you can do to build Okodio Radio.
Some
is
people,
nice.
listen, some people are sitting down there, they will not look, they will be envying. They will not, I know, it's not.
Jealousy.
They will not,
They cannot even press that
They will
like
see,
button.
they will see our flyer and like,
You see, that is where it even starts. You see,
they will not like, they will not encourage you.
And
They will not support you.
But even the liking it's just a button. You know.
They will never do it.
They will not do
They will never do
It's
it.
not like it's costing you 1 cent, 2 cents.
We are not
anything.
taking, we are not even,
asking for money or that.
just, you are already on that, just click.
My brother, maybe support ourselves.
Just help ourselves.
Yeah, that's what we were talking
You don't have to
about
sit
now.
down. You don't have to sit down
Yeah,
and say
so-
those guys are in the studio. Please, if you want to join, come and join us. You
You're
are welcome.
always
Brothers and
You are always
sisters,
welcome.
let's try
Opinions
to
are also welcome.
let's try to encourage each other and let's stop this jealousy, enviness, hatred. Please, let's try encourage each other, help each other in a way out. It's really gonna boost our community and our society.
Yes.
So
You know, your feedbacks are that is why I take the time also to commend and appreciate those ones who are also here with us, calling in, participating, viewing our stuff, liking. I mean, you guys are awesome. And the more other people will do the same thing, the more I'll still be praising you guys. Because without you guys, there's no us.
Exactly.
yeah.
So I don't see any reason. And if you're doing something too and I'm obliged to be there, I would also give my little support. Why not? So please, my dear brothers and sisters, uncles and aunties,
Grandmothers and
around
grandmothers.
the world, anywhere you are, it doesn't matter the time you are. You're in Africa, you are anywhere. I thank you so much.
At least now you were supposed to sing us one last song, man.
From me!
You want to
Hey, which one? What is two? Which one?
doesn't
is
matter.
that?
let's compose one song. I can beat bands.
Uh-huh. Make a Germans.
You can. Oh yeah. No,
Too
you
much,
sing.
yeah. You guys are too much, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you,
You sing like clapping hands.
thank you, well, you're not too much, yeah. You're not too much, yeah. I thank you, I thank you,
And this was supposed to change our words of BCN.
I didn't change it. I said thank you, well. You guys are too much. Awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a wrap. And we're gonna come back another day and we'll let you know with another topic. It's Matters Horizon. Today was about hate, envy, jealous in our community.
And gossip.
That was it. And gossip.
Ah. If you don't do gossip, it's not complete. Because that is the women aspect.
Gossip.
They want to get that gossip. But that will be a story for another day.
Nowadays, men gossip more than ladies.
But what we are doing right now is gossip too.
We are not gossiping, we are airing.
We are
it.
trashing. We are trashing.
It now becomes Aaron. It now becomes Aaron.
We are airing
Alright.
our views.
It's a wrap. Thank you guys. It's awesome being with you guys. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. I remain Louise
The king style.
And Candy.
from Okojo Radio Station, live from Nuremberg. It's a wrap.
That's
See you guys
fine.
next time.
Peace out.
Woo! It's going down.
Huh?
You think I'm in a club, yo?